What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we are talking about the Iron Brothers Thermo Burn Stimulant-Free Fat Burner. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so before I get to today's video, just a quick reminder, head on over to the website, www.vwfitness.club. Snag yourself an official VW Fitness shaker cup right here, guys, or pick up some free samples. There is a full list of all the pre-workouts, non-stim pre-workouts. All you have to do is add it to your cart, guys. There's a quick little note section right there on the order form, and you can list out your 5 pre-workouts that you would like me to send. If you guys end up forgetting or you can't figure out where it is, just go ahead and submit your order and shoot me an email afterward and I will update your order with whatever samples you would like. We'll get those turned around within 24 to 48 hours. Now, do keep in mind, guys, I do travel quite a bit and I am in and out of town a lot. So if I'm out of town, I will send you guys an email. I'll give you a timeline of kind of when I'll be back and when I'll be able to get your samples in the mail if I'm out of town, which in this case right now, if you guys are watching this video, I am not in Austin. I'm actually in Los Angeles right now. Let's get to today's video, guys. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm just gonna make this one kind of fun. I literally shot this entire review like 5 minutes ago. And yeah, my mic was not on me and the mic receiver on the camera was not on. So we are redoing this entire thing. So it's gonna be a great time. Let me tell you that much, guys. It's been a while since I've had one of those mess ups, but it's the joys of video. It makes it super simple. We can just turn the camera back on and re-roll it. All right, so we're gonna break down this supplement review, if you guys are new to the channel, into 3 different parts. We're gonna talk about number 1, price, number 2, the label ingredient breakdown, and then 3, the effects that I have personally had with this product. Now, let's just jump right into price, guys. This comes in at $25.97. Now that price point, guys, just comes right off of their website. Just keep that in mind. You can find this on Amazon.com as well, but I do like to keep my pricing scheme based on the manufacturer's website if I can. And so in this case, $25.97. This is 30 full servings, guys. 2 capsules is 1 serving. As well with that, this is both for men and women. So this is not strictly for men. This is not strictly for women. Anybody can take this product, which is awesome to see. Yeah, in terms of price point, guys, it's under $1 a serving. With that, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Fat burners are kind of those one interesting supplements that it's tough for me to really be on board with a fat burner. It's tough for me to really say, go buy this. This is the one to get. And I will say this, Iron Brothers did send this product out to me for free. They did not ask me to say anything specific. They're not paying me to do this review. To be honest with you, it's completely unbiased, open and honest. We're gonna have an honest conversation here about this product. Now, I did talk about the Iron Brothers Thermo Burn Stimulant version. You guys can check that out up here in the card or check the link in the description box. And I had really great things to say about this fat burner, and I felt the actual effects of it because of there's some heavy stims in here as well with that. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that one as much today. We are going to talk about the Thermo Burn non-stim, okay? Let's move right into the label ingredient breakdown. And like I kind of said, the label ingredients are kind of interesting, and we'll talk about that. We'll really have a serious conversation about this because I actually reached out to Iron Brothers and got some clarification on why certain things are the way they are. Let's get into it. 2 capsules, like I said. We start out with 200 micrograms of the chromium. That is 168% of the daily value. Now, this is going to help regulate insulin. That's what studies show. Now, an efficacious dose would roughly be right around 1,000 micrograms. This is 200, so it is a little bit low, but it is obviously a lot more than the daily value that typically most people would take. So just keep that in mind when I talk about efficacious doses and kind of what I'm gonna say at the very end of this and kind of my discussion with Iron Brothers directly. Next up, we have 400 milligrams of the acetyl L-carnitine HCl. This is kind of 2 different functions here. It can help with cognitive function as well as helping with utilizing fat storage within the body and burning it as energy. So obviously that's gonna help us gain more energy. It's gonna make us feel like we potentially have more energy available. Now, there's a lot of different research that goes with that. And with that, you know, an efficacious dose of this version of L-carnitine is gonna be between 630 milligrams and 2,500 milligrams. So a little bit low. I wouldn't say it's astronomically low, but again, keep in mind what I said earlier. We're going to talk about all this at the very end. Next up, we have 200 milligrams of the olive leaf extract. This is going to help with glucose metabolism. Again, this is a good dose. Efficacious doses have been shown as little as 10 milligrams. So 200 milligrams, definitely a lot, definitely a good amount. So next up, we have the Coleus for Skull Heal. 100 milligrams, 20% of that is the forskolin, which is kind of the active ingredient that has been shown to potentially, reduce fat as well as raise testosterone levels, guys. And so that's kind of the biggest thing for me that kind of was like, whoa, that's pretty awesome. In terms of that, I think that's good to see. It's not typically an ingredient that I do see in a lot of fat burners, although I do not take a lot of fat burners, so just gonna keep that in mind. Next up, we have 50 milligrams of the cayenne pepper extract. This is gonna help with appetite suppression. It's gonna help with fat loss, fat burning. Just kind of keep in mind, guys, all these ingredients are really gonna synergize together and kind of give you a well-rounded fat burning product. Like, that's the idea behind putting all these different ingredients in there and not just one ingredient. Like, put a bunch of L-acetyl-carnitine in there, you're not necessarily going to get the full benefits rather than stacking a few ingredients in there. So just kind of keep that in mind when I talk about all these. They are all fat burning kind of ingredients, appetite suppression, thermogenesis, those sort of things. All right, then next up we have 30 milligrams of the grains of paradise. This has been shown efficacious at doses as low as 10 milligrams. So again, we're getting a little bit more than efficacious dose. This is going to help, like I said, increase metabolism. Going to obviously help boost burning fat. So that's always a good thing to see. Then last up, we have 2.5 milligrams of the bioperine black pepper extract. It's going to help with absorption of all of these ingredients. Now, let's talk about what I'm getting at. The asterisk, the conversation I had with the owner of Iron Brothers. Let's talk about it because I think it's something that's really important. So one, this is kind of, I asked, why are some of these ingredients kind of half dosed? Why are some of them kind of underdosed, right? Because I always kind of want to ask that question to a lot of companies that tend to do this. And Iron Brothers has been very open, very transparent with me in terms of those sort of questions. And here's the other thing. Most of their other products, and there's not even a product that comes to my mind that feels like it's really underdosed. This is kind of the first one. So that's why it was kind of a red flag to me, like, wait, why would this be, a little bit underdosed? Now, here's what they said. Basically, one, when you compare this to other Amazon fat burning products that are listed on Amazon, this is actually on the higher end, and I can verify that. If you do look at a lot of other fat burners on Amazon, this actually has a lot more of the ingredients that you would want potentially in a fat burner, especially non-stim. So I think that's an interesting point, and I think it's a very valid point. The target market is going to be Amazon. That's where they generate a very good amount of their sales. So it only makes sense to kind of generate a product that kind of exceeds the Amazon level of excellence and make it better and let it sit on top. Makes sense, right? Number two, I said, well, more than likely, they're probably anticipating us stacking this product with something else, right? And I kind of have mixed feelings about when you have to stack products because it's like, well, I wanted to buy the product and have it be all in one. And I get both sides. One, it could be like, well, I want to be able to customize it the way I want it to be, and I don't want it to have everything in it. And on the other end, it's like, well, I want it to have everything in it so I don't have to buy two different products. So it can go either way. Now, his kind of recommendation or how he's utilized the non-stim is basically taking two of these with his pre-workout in the morning, fasted or whatever, or potentially taking two of these and stacking it with Thermo burn stimulant in the afternoon kind of thing. So two different kind of ways of taking it. This does recommend taking 2 capsules basically before your first meal or before your workout to kind of help with the workout itself. So it's almost like somewhat of a pre-workout, shredding kind of pre-workout in a sense, obviously without any of the stimulants, and it's really fat loss and metabolism kind of based in terms of a supplement. So in terms of the label ingredient breakdown though, guys, everything is fully transparent here. They're not hiding anything. When I reached out, they were very transparent with me, like I said, in terms of why they dosed it the way they did. And so with that, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I know that's not the best score. I'm sure you guys were hoping it was a 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5, or maybe you didn't really care, I don't know. But let's be honest here, it's missing some things. And for me personally, I'm not a fan of having to stack products. I'm gonna talk about this in a future review of a product here next week. I'm not really gonna say which one, but it is a pump product and it's very expensive. And trying to stack these products, it just gets very, very expensive. And especially with a fat burner. That's probably the biggest thing I'm gonna talk about next is Fat burners are literally like the last 1%, guys. The last 1% of your fat loss journey, of your shred journey, of you trying to prep for a show, whatever your goal might be, just kind of keep that in mind. This is not a magic pill. These are not magic diet pills. I can guarantee you that, okay? This is not gonna fix eating out every night and eating really bad food. This is not gonna fix, drinking sodas and high sodium diets. Like, it's just not. Like, that's not what this is for. This is for someone that is at the very end of their prep or the very end of their kind of programming, and they're trying to lose as much weight as possible right before the end. Now, if you're thinking of taking this year round, you could, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think you can utilize that money towards other things. And if you really want to lose more weight, you can do it more effectively by just changing your nutritional habits. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, fat burners are really there for that last little bit of, when things get really, really tough. And it's really, if there was a magic diet pill, guys, everyone would be using it. Just remember that. Just remember that. That's probably the biggest key takeaway here is, if there was a magic pill, everyone would be taking it because no one wants to be overweight. No one wants to have the extra pounds, et cetera, et cetera. So in terms of the effects, guys, I'll be completely 100% honest and transparent with you in terms of this product. I only have half of it left. Why? Because I was actually shredding down towards the end of the year last year. And then when we came into this new year and we moved and all the stress and adjusting and setting up this studio and all these things, my diet really has not been on point. And I can be completely honest and transparent about that. I was planning on trying to start the shred process for summer 2020, basically in February, and getting the diet back under control and whatnot. But unfortunately, it just has not worked out like that. And so I'm actually planning on trying to do that mid-March now because I am traveling, as I said earlier. So, for me personally, the effects of this non-stim, it's really hard for me to judge. And to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna rate it because I think it's very difficult to know if this is actually doing its job. Do I feel more energy by taking this because it has the acetyl L-carnitine in it? Do I feel like I'm eating less because of the appetite suppression? I don't know. And the other thing here to kind of just remember, guys, is with these sort of products, I feel like you really have to saturate your body with taking these products. So I don't mean overtaking them. I mean, for me personally, I think you really have to take like 1 or 2 or 3 months of it consistently and have that diet in check so that your body really knows how to utilize these supplement ingredients in your body and really maximize the effects. So for me personally, I really can't give an honest statement and say, oh, well, this works really good, or oh, no, it doesn't work at all. Like, I would hate to be so one-sided, yes or no, and kind of give you guys, a load of BS, to be honest. I'm just keeping it real here, guys. Keeping it 100% honest and open. So, with that being said, guys, like I said, this is more of a conversation, more of just kind of talking about this product. Personally, for me, I really do like the stimulant version of the Thermo burn. I think it's a great way to get your day started. I like personally taking this right before a workout with a pre-workout, and I know that sounds insane because there is caffeine in this, there's yohimbine in this, there's some other stimulants in here that can really get you going, and I've heard, people have negative side effects with some of these ingredients, but if you're taking a stim break, if you're trying to stack, which is more than likely what I will do when I do get back into the rhythm of taking a fat burner, which won't be for probably a couple of months, because like I said, I really want to be in a good mindset and have my nutrition and diet in check 100% before I start taking these to really maximize the effects of what the ingredients can do for me. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. Overall, like I said, I think price point's really good on this. The label is pretty good. I wish that it had more, but when you compare it to the other ingredients, overall, it's a really good product. And in terms of effects, I cannot really speak on it because it doesn't have stimulants, so I can't really necessarily feel it, okay? And that's what a lot of people, I think, are looking for when I talk about effects is, can you feel it? Can you, how does it feel when you take it? It doesn't change anything for me, to be honest. And I think it's very subjective, so just being completely upfront about that. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment below. I always get back to everyone that comments. As well with that, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.